Breaking: Trump-bashing Vonn teamed up with NFL for nasty new plan to trash America. It's been almost 2 months since gold medalist Lindsey Vonn kicked off her Winter Olympic run with ceremoniously trashing President Donald Trump. She thought this would earn her a solid fan base of spectators who she hopes would tune in to watch her compete in downhill skiing, but it backfired on her almost immediately instead. She should have learned from the immense demise the National Football League suffered after promoting a similar anti-American sentiment, but instead, she decided to join them again, in a new way. Vonn slipped out of the limelight she created with her hateful remarks about the president for just long enough to plan something huge, and picked the perfect disrespectful partner to team up with. The skier is going downhill, all right. This time with the NFL, who will drag this anti-Trump athlete down with them. We're just about a week away from the start of the 2018 Winter Olympics, and now we know how Vonn plans to represent America. It's strange how athletes have no problem using Trump to bring attention to themselves by making such bold public statements, for how much they hate him. What's even odder, is that they never seem to learn their lesson and can't stop themselves from slandering him, regardless of the massive ramifications. Vonn became a victim of that stupidity when she opened her mouth and said, "Well, I hope to represent the people of the United States, not the president," according to CNN. Rather than apologizing for her poor judgment to the president and his overwhelming amount of patriotic supporters, she took to social media to say more and keep her disturbing narrative going. Now, she's adding to that by showing her support of the equally anti-American NFL in a big way. She should have just let the dust settle on her bad decisions and disassociated herself with anything that seems counter to our country's values and our president, but seem intent on not stopping. Vonn is going to be featured at the Super Bowl with a typically coveted commercial spot so she can share her story. Entertainment Weekly reports with praise for Vonn and her decision to show her support and share her side of things at the Super Bowl. Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn's new Super Bowl commercial manages to tell some of her powerful story, all set to the track, and it's enough to give anyone with a heart for athletic tales of setbacks and comebacks a few chills. Vonn famously won gold in the downhill and bronze in the Super G at the Vancouver Winter Olympics in 2010, but she was injured just before heading to Sochi in 2014 and had to announce that she would not be able to compete. Several injuries, including a broken back and torn ligaments, and so much resilience later, she's ready to compete in her second Olympics. And, well, the girl is on fire. The 62nd Best of U.S. Athlete film, the third of 5, see Michaela Schifrin's Here and Nathan Chen's Here, is set to air on Super Bowl Sunday, but who is debuting it online here? The good news is, there probably won't be as many people watching her Super Bowl commercial spot as she hopes, for the same reason her former fans won't be watching her compete in the Olympics. Americans are sick of athletes and other celebrities using their platforms to spread a divisive message about our president to, ironically, make a point that he's divisive. Vonn should have realized that after the unprecedented ratings slide the NFL suffered, proving that Americans love Trump and our country more than they like spectator sports. Vonn's career is following in the same downward direction as the football athletes who she's now supporting. Like many racist NFL kneelers who also hate Trump, the people who pay the skier to compete are canceling their support of her. Sponsors are important, and it's apparently a price these athletes are willing to pay to trash Trump and disrespect America any chance they get. Just like sponsors in the NFL fled in droves after major profit losses caused by protesting players, this Olympian is starting to feel the pain of making divisive statements where they don't belong. After doubling down on her tasteless remark by adding, "I want to represent our country well," Vonn explained, "I don't think that there are a lot of people currently in our government that do that." One of her biggest sponsors realized what a liability to their business she is. Fans began to boycott the support of her and her sponsors who pay her a lot of money to represent their brands as a good American. She proved to be a poor sport, which didn't go over well. 48 hours after making her remarks, she suffered some rather unfortunate, and painful, karma when she was injured on the slopes after finishing the World Cup Super G race in St. Moritz. The Olympics is a time and a place where Americans come together and root for the same team. That should have been the message that Vonn shared going into the games, instead of a divisive one. It's proof that despite their claim of Trump being the divider, they are truly the ones preventing opposing sides from mending as they perpetuate the hate.